Yeah. Recently, I found a problem about me. Uh, is I used to think I'm like independent, and and I don't want to rely on people. But recently, I found it's I I now I'm not that independent that I think like when I make some choice or did something, I always have the thought like I can depend on my mother, like I need people's help, and yeah, they thought just behind my behavior. Yeah, and my question is, how to how to really independent, like don't let it affect me. Yeah.
A very interesting question. There's several words. There's the word dependent. There's the word independent. There's the word interdependent. And there's another word that I came up with that doesn't normally go with those three, but it's like uh, the type of person who like has an expectation that other people should they should be able to depend upon others, or other people are obligated, or they're entitled, to and the way I view myself, I'm neither dependent or independent. I'm interdependent. Okay, I depend upon a lot, because I could say I depend upon a lot of people, you know. Uh, um, but I depend upon them in a way where my intention is that they're going to be depending upon me at the same time. That makes it the interdependent part. Okay, they're maybe even if they're just yesterday I had a conversation with a good friend, and he's 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 had some challenges with money, and but he has a very rich brother, and he was talking with his brother, and his brother say, I just got too much money, I don't know what to do with it. And so he says, uh, hey, can I pay off your debt? He's saying that to my friend. Okay. And 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 my friend's first response is, no, 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 like, but finally, I've coached him before on this. He just accepted it with gratitude, because now it looks like maybe my friend is being dependent upon his brother, right? But actually, his brother is like, it gives his brother pleasure that he could has this power to help his brother this way. So it's like he's dependent upon his brother to be able to use his power in terms of having this extra money, and so it's actually a selfish interdependence. You see that, So
Yeah.
even if it doesn't look like an even trade, like Apple for money or whatever, it's it can still be I stopped to ask for directions on the street. Say, well, I'm being dependent upon them, but also, I mean, they're probably dependent upon me to get a little, assuming they get pleasure, which they seem to. They have the power to know where to go. They know the stuff I don't know, and they get to express that power, and they get my gratitude and everything, So they're we don't call that dependence, being dependent, but it is, okay. And so, but I think the type of dependence that's a problem is when you feel like you got to be dependent upon somebody, and they've got to save you, or they are obligated to save you, or like that, instead of like you have like going through the world with a sense of dignity, you know, that you're in your dependence or interdependence with people, you're providing value that you can provide, and they're providing value that you can provide, and actually, in a certain sense, the more interdependent, the better.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
If we the idea, oh well, I shouldn't ask for help to do this. I should be independent and just do it myself. Uh, that's stupid.
Yeah, yeah. I
I don't mean to say that,
yeah.
but I mean, there's some things that it's nice to be. I mean, generally speaking, I like to be able to brush my own teeth,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
there's other things, I've got all sorts of assistants, and I'm dependent upon them for that. I'm dependent upon you, you know,
yeah, yeah. Uh-huh. Uh,
uh,
yeah.
and I'm shameless about it. What do you
Uh-huh.
think?
Yeah, I kind of know what you mean, but I think my I am, yeah, and but in some way, I really I'm dependent, I recently found, like why in if in normal life or not in normal situation, yeah, I know I just, can independent or have the interdependent with people, but I found if I meet some problem or difficulty, the first thought in my mind is not to solve the problem, is to blame someone or think they should do this, they should do this, and yeah. So this is why I said yeah, I am
Well,
dependent. Yeah,
well, yeah, that's being dependent in a toxic way. Okay,
yeah,
if you're blaming somebody or think they should have done this or should have done that, or yeah, but like dependent on your mother. I mean, I'm sure your mother's dependent upon you. She likes to help you, right? If she
yeah,
can, you know.
yeah,
And
yeah,
um, so yeah, there's a certain type of dependence which is uh, toxic, if you will, or um, and but just interdependence with a general intention and understanding. Hey, everybody is wanting to do this. Everybody's getting value in different forms from this interrelationship,
oh,
and um, and that's great. Um,
yeah, yeah.
and have I told you about the idea of a catalytic companion?
No, no, no.
Well, this takes interdependence to sort of a new level. Uh, the idea of a catalytic companion is somebody who like is with you, and they're really not like doing anything for you like an assistant or something, but they're like their main function is just to be there with you, and that you then find pleasure in doing something just because they're with you that you wouldn't find pleasure in doing if they weren't with you. Okay.
Uh-huh.
It's like those young Chinese girls who sat beside me when I was editing my book, and listening to me. Okay, they weren't helping to improve English. They didn't know enough to make English suggestions. Uh, uh, I mean, their value for me was it's just making it pleasurable for me to do this, and my value to them generally was they were interested in improving their oral English, and also my appreciation that I gave to them, and just in the sense of even friendship, and so they were getting value, I was getting value, and also I paid them a little bit of money,
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, so it's so that's just another example of great. But a lot of people would say, "Oh, I should be able to independently exercise by myself, or I should be able to independently edit my book by myself." What a no disciplined person I am, So,
Yeah.
um, I mean, if you enjoy doing that by yourself, then fine, okay. But if you use these other methods, why not? It's
Uh-huh.
it's sort of like a little bit, when the first electronic calculators came out, I'm not sure what year it was, 1971 or something like that, and all the schools banned the students from using calculators in the classroom. It was stupid. You know,
Uh-huh.
I mean, today they don't do that, all right. But then it's like, oh, the students should be able to add all these numbers in their head. Well, we can, and maybe it's a good idea to sort of know how to do it if you really need to. But with calculators, why do it anymore?
Yeah.
Calculators come here. They're much faster, more accurate, everything.
Yeah.
We can use our mind in more creative ways than
Yeah.
adding 343 to 765.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and now recently with ChatGPT, a lot of reactions of many universities can't trying to control it like they can't really control it anyway, in a certain sense. Like, don't use ChatGPT. Yeah. One of my clients, fortunately, he's an English professor, and not English professor, he's a psychology professor, but he brought ChatGPT in the classroom. Said, okay, all students, okay, this is the thing we're gonna talk about. Ask ChatGPT what she thinks, okay, and then we'll discuss it and see what we can learn all together about it. Like to use it instead of resist it.
Oh,
So,
yeah. 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 I got it. Yeah.
anything else for that to be complete?
No, it's complete. Yeah.